Hi guys, okay, I just changed my spot. I got out of the shade. Now I'm just fully in the sun. I love the sun. You know I love the sun. Still over here with the blue couch. My second video of the day, since it's such a gorgeous day, you guys, I wanted to ask you guys a question, which kind of tied into my other video. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and just scroll down. You'll see it. Um, yeah, basically I wanted to talk about what happens if we went dark. And what I mean by that, we had no social media, meaning no Facebook, no YouTube, no Twitter. And I'm just going to name those three since those are kind of the main three right now. I find it very interesting how we all get caught up in social media, especially Facebook. Oh, well, I will say all of them, but definitely Facebook and YouTube. We get caught up on the likes, the views, the thumbs up, the thumbs down, the comments, people's comments, how you're not doing this right, you're doing this wrong, whatever the case may be, and people get affected by it. Now, I've heard rumors, and they are just rumors, so I can't say they're facts, that in the near future that all, how can I say, all social media will be shut down for a certain period of time. And I'm just really wondering how people are going to react to that if they're not able to get up on their social media. And, you know, but right now we're going through what you can call, what is it, quarantine. You're social distancing. You're not supposed 6 feet from somebody. Right now, what? The malls are closed, all the other stores. I still do. I love to go to the movies. I haven't been to the movies in a very long time. Just so many things are going on right now, I think, under the surface that we don't know about, and we're just really focused like on certain things. They put certain things out and people get excited about it, and they're like, okay, like for example, I did the video, my previous video, I was talking a little bit about stimulus checks. People are very excited about that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't take it or I'm excited about it, but I'm just saying if they're going to run the currency, run me the currency, I'll take it. But at the same time, you think about these big companies that are getting billions and hundreds of billions or 50 billions to keep their companies afloat, and we're getting, as the taxpayers, the people, Main Street, you could say, we're getting what is it, a $1,200 check. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. I want to focus more on why the banks are closing right now, why some of them are cutting their hours. Is it all because of the, or is there something else? If you do, maybe I'll do a video later on today because it's such a gorgeous day, but I would have to pull out and do just a little bit more research because I would want to write them all down to show you guys. Do you know, I think it was in 2019 that over, I think in the first quarter, there was hundreds of, you know, names that we all know, but then some names we did not know, we don't know, or maybe you know and I don't know. Like in my region, we don't have that particular store chain or something like to that effect, or retail store, whatever you want to call it. Um, the first quarter of 2019, because it's now 2020, the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken, over like 300 businesses filed for bankruptcy. That's a lot. That's a lot of businesses and a lot of employees that basically just lost their job. They have to go file for unemployment or go find another job. And if they weren't aware of what was going on with their company, their business, where they worked at, they don't, maybe they didn't have enough time to, you know, go out and search. Because just imagine if a big chain retail store closes and they had over 10,000 employees. That's 10,000 employees ascending on the market looking for jobs. Do you get what I'm saying? If you had prior knowledge that maybe your company wasn't doing well, then you would go out and be like, you know what, let me start circling my resume around, let me start filling out applications now, maybe 2 to 3 or maybe 6 months in advance, so you can make that transition when they do let you go, lay you off, fire you, whatever the case may be, a little bit easier. Back to what I was saying with social media, you guys. So I'm just looking around and I'm just thinking about social media, that if it is true, because I like to think outside the box, you guys. I like to really be aware and be able to adapt to things very quickly. Now, you see me, you're watching me right now on social media. Obviously, it's YouTube, right? Twitter, I stopped Twitter. I do have a Twitter account. I used to nut up on Twitter all the time, but then I had to just pull back because it was like I would be waving red flags. This was more like 2008, 9, 10, 11, and then I just stopped because I'm like, no one's listening to me, no one's paying attention to me. And then I have a Instagram. I think on my Instagram, you guys, I've been at the same amount of followers for like years now. It doesn't bother me one bit because you know what? social media can either be used as a tool and or just something to do, something to have fun with. And I think a lot of people are having fun with it. But then I've noticed just in the last 3 years, comfortably 3 years, myself included, have used it as a business tool. Not as well as I should, but we're working on that. But definitely social media, I mean, I see people growing their businesses just 10 times fold, and it's really amazing to take the gems that they're leaving behind because they're giving you the blueprint. I believe this. Look, your YouTube, your Twitter, your Instagram are all blueprints, especially if you're building a business or if you're successful. Literally, the blueprints there, you can scroll back and like, what was this person doing a year ago? What was this person doing 2 years ago? What was this person talking about? And you can watch them grow and the steps that they have taken to grow their business. I really think that people are going to go through a lot of withdrawals. Have you, and leave a comment down below, have you ever tried to not go on Facebook for a day? I'm just saying 1 day. 1 day. Have you ever tried that? Or not jump on Instagram for 1 day or YouTube for 1 day? If all those things are cut off now, right now I'm hearing a lot of people talking about they didn't know how much they didn't like their mate, spouse, or their children until this lockdown, because now you guys are forced to be, interacting with each other. And I just started cracking up and I'm like, wow. I mean, it really shows you how social we are, meaning I like to go out. Let me tell you, I love my private time. I love to spend time with myself. I love to just sit down and be balanced and reflect and all that stuff. And I can go take myself out on dates. I can go and not be with a crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to run with a crowd. But then I also do love interaction. I think we are social people. We need to be around people to thrive. I really do. And I mean physical contact, not the whole social media thing, because that's not physical contact. I like to do videos, as you can see, outside. I like to be out here in the nature. You can hear the bird, you can hear the airplane just go by, but you can hear the birds in the background. You can see how beautiful the sun is. If I could just show you guys, I'm gonna try to turn my thing around. Let me see if I can turn it around for you guys. You can just see all the beautiful trees. I hope you guys can see that. This is my scenery right now. This is why I love this spot, because there's so many beautiful trees. There's a little trail over there that you can walk your dogs and stuff. It's really a nice area. So that's why I like to come out here and do videos. It's just really beautiful, and it's a gorgeous day. I think it's not even quite 70 degrees here in Vegas, and the sun is out. It's just really beautiful. I see some chemtrails going across the sky. Just saying. But back to what I was saying. What would you do? How would people actually because what else? What did people do before social media? They interacted with people, they went out, right? But here's the whole thing: if we're under quarantine or if we're under lockdown, you can't go out. So then again, what would you do? I have actually a bunch of books that I have separated. They're actually on my couch. I'm lying to you guys right now. I need to separate them. They're there, but I need to put them in little stacks and whatnot. I'm gonna really get back into reading if they do decide to do martial law. Just saying, we don't know what's gonna happen if Trump did activate up to 1 million National Guardsmen and women. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm gonna do a lot of more cleaning of the house. I'm just saying, I guess a lot of people are gonna watch TV, right? I don't watch TV. Actually, we don't even have cable. I guess I'll do Netflix from time to time, but I'm really gonna focus on me, my health, my family, my home, balancing everything out, balancing me out. And not so much on social media. I'm just saying, I just really am curious to see, and leave a comment down below, how are you going to react if we go dark? It's called going dark. No, you can't get anything in and out. Nothing will be reported on. Supposedly will, like I said, it's just a rumor I heard. I'm really curious to see how it's all going to pan out. I'm just observer. I'm just going to sit back. I'm not going to make all these assumptions, but I do want to say I'm aware of what's going on. I don't have to watch the news to find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I can actually get in my car and say, you know what, let me go down over here and drive over here and see what this business is doing. Let me see what this big box store is doing. Oh wow, that store was there yesterday, or it was there 3 weeks ago, and now they've went out of business. Things like that on the ground. You know what I'm saying? You can do your own due diligence and pay attention to your surroundings, what's going on. I like to also talk to people when I'm out and about. To get their opinion on what's going on. Maybe they work in a different sector, maybe they work in the health field, and they're saying, you know what, here at my job, or my, where I work at, we're not having these problems, or we are having these problems. Or people that work in Walmart, I love when they talk, because they're gonna I like to be chitty chatty. They're gonna tell me what's going on. I also know people that are higher up, some are in the military. I like to talk to them to get a good idea what's going on. I like to talk to real people. You know what I'm saying? You can turn on the TV and listen to what they're feeding you, but it necessarily might not be the truth. Or you could just actually get out and do your own due diligence and walk around. But like, if they say, oh, well, this store's doing great. Okay, well, let me go to it. Like, for example, we'll just say Costco. How they were talking about the lines were long at Costco and they couldn't figure out why, or whatever the case may be. I have a Costco near me. I can go out and do my own due diligence and really look to see if the lines are long. What food are they running out? Are they running out of food? Just use critical thinking. I think we need to get back to basics and use critical thinking. A lot of people are not using, and I just saw a great video from another channel that I love, critical thinking. You have to use critical thinking. Just because somebody says something doesn't mean that it's so. Just because you saw it on the news doesn't make it so. Just because you see me talking about something, it doesn't mean that it's so. I always tell people, please go out and do your own due diligence, do your own research. Pick up a book, read an article. If they're talking about they're going to give out a $2 trillion stimulus package, actually do the math on, not do the math, go out there and look to see if it's 2 trillion or 4 million, or is it 6 million? It's really 6 million. They added 4 million that no one's really talking about. Some people are talking about, but most people are not. With that being said, I know that was kind of lengthy, not really all over the place, but I kind of was. But yeah, I definitely want to talk about it. If we went dark, if you weren't able to use your social media, what would you do? What would you do? I think that's a valid question. I think a lot of people wouldn't know how to act or react maybe to it. I think social media is a dangerous drug. It can be. I think we focus a lot on it, maybe too much for the wrong reasons. With that being said, we'll keep you under 12 minutes. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Like I said, it's gorgeous outside. I'm enjoying it. If I was back home in San Diego, I would straight be at the beach already. I'm just saying, but I have to settle for the desert with no water. All right, you guys have an amazing day. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. There's social media. If you don't, that's fine. Give me a thumbs down. Feel free to share this video. You guys have a great day, okay? Bye.